Hey, Stats 252. In this video, I'm going to be going over problem 39 in chapter 11. It is titled the Computer Lab Fees, and the jump output you're going to need is the rightly so titled Computer Lab Fees jump. You're going to download this, and when you do, it's going to look like this. The problem is asking for us in the first part to check any outliers that we might have, and so to do that, we're going to go into Analyze, Distribution, and we're going to put our minutes into our Y columns. We're going to hit OK, and we're going to get this looking histogram. We're going to make it horizontal just so it's easier to read. And as we can see by looking at our histogram, we have these outliers right here. We got this guy and this guy that are very far from the means and lie outside the quartiles and the allowed distance to be considered not outliers. And so with that, we have effectively answered part A. And then you move on to part B, where it's asking you to find the confidence intervals, the 95% confidence intervals. And for the first one, it asks you to find the confidence intervals with the outliers, still in the table and or in the data set. And you're going to go over to the hotspot in minutes. You're going to go into the confidence interval, hit that 95, and you're going to have the confidence interval spot down here. And you're going to be looking at the mean row, not the standard deviations. That would give you everything wrong that you don't want. And so you're going to be in the mean row, and you're going to be looking at the lower confidence interval and the upper confidence interval. And the 95% confidence interval with the outlier still left in is going to be 44.87 to 81.62. That answers, your confidence interval when you have, the true mean as it has with your outliers in. The next part is simply asking you, with these outliers out, what is your confidence interval going to look like now? Ideally, it should shrink, right? And to do so, you can go here, and what you can do is you can take these outliers out. So you have 9 that needs to go out, and you can delete that. You're going to have 11, or in this case, it's actually 10, since it kind of messed up on the graph a little bit. I'm not too sure why. But you're going to delete this guy, and now you're going to go into Analysis. Again, you're going to go into Distribution. You're going to go put your minutes into your Y column. You're going to hit OK. And you're going to get this looking histogram. And you're going to make it horizontal again. But as you can see, there are actually no outliers anymore. All these fall within the quartiles, and they fall within the allotted numbers, so to speak. And to find the interval, the 95% confidence interval without those two outliers, they simply do the same thing. Go to the hotspot in minutes, go to that confidence interval, go to that 95, and you're going to end up with this guy right here. Again, we're looking in the mean row, and we're looking at these two numbers right here. It's going to be 54.63 to 68.36, and that is going to be your confidence interval without your outliers. And so these two guys right here answer the first two questions that are asked in part B. The second is, what can you, kind of conclude about the claim? What can you really kind of drag away from this data? That is, you want to be careful with this. You almost don't want to use it because the n is so low. The sample size is less than 30. So be very wary when you use this because it's such a niche thing. It doesn't have enough data backing it. So using this for almost any type of statistical inference would be almost foolish. So you want to steer clear of using it. That is it for this problem. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple. Again, I hope you learned something. Hope this refreshes your memories for the upcoming final, and just hope you learned something new. And again, best of luck to you on the final.